All right, friends, today we are going to look at Think Deeply, and this is question number. After that, he wrote down the 42, 47, 42, 37. What will be the 10th number on the calculator? Explain your thinking. All right, so let's think about that. What is going to be the next number in the sequence? How have the numbers changed in the sequence? And how is the pattern decreasing? Okay, so I want to kind of think about how do we get from 52 to 47? If you said take away 5, so you are correct. So the pattern is decreasing by 5. Okay, so let's think about that. Each term, remember that word term, that vocabulary word we talked about, is 5 less than the previous one. Okay, so you should make a generalization to find the 10th term. You can very easily subtract 50, 10 fives from 57 rather than writing out the sequence. However, I want you to actually create, okay, your own term and number. Remember that term, letter T, that's going to be our variable, and then number, that's going to be standing for N. Okay, and we're going to create a chart to show our thinking. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way over like so. Okay, keeping in mind, start with 1. The first number that he put into the calculator was 52. So your first term was 52. Okay. Your second term was 47. Your third term, 42. Your fourth term, 37. Okay, and we want to go all the way up to the 10th number. What will the 10th number on the calculator be? So we're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so if we continue to decrease by 5 or subtract by 5, which is our pattern, then we know the next number is going to be 32. Take 5 away from that, you will get 27. Take 5 away from that, you will get 22. Take 5 away from that, you get 17. And take 5 away from that, you get 12. And then that magical number, okay, that we're looking for, what is going to be the 10th number? The 10th number is going to be a 7. Okay? So, now, I'm going to flip it onto the other side, and we're just going to write a little bit about what we did. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and flip my page right here. It is asking us, okay, or we have this space where we're going to continue to write. Okay? So, I'm going to explain. Okay? Each term, I'm going to underline that word because it's one of our vocabulary words, is 5 less than the previous one. Okay. I also want to point out that I'm writing here along the margins, okay? So make sure you're writing neatly along the margins. Now, you should make a generalization. Yes, we've talked about generalizations this week with reading. Well, we can talk about that with math as well, okay? So you can generalize you can generalize to find the 10th term by subtracting 50, or 10 fives from 57. So you can generalize to find the 10th term by subtracting 50 or 10 fives from 57. And guess what? If you do that, you will end up with 57 minus 50 is equal to 7. And if you recall, the 10th term was, in fact, 7. Okay? The 10th term is 7. Okay? All right. And that is the end of that lesson. Now it's going to be your opportunity to move on to Think Deeply question number 2. Okay? And Think Deeply question number 2 is telling you to make your own What's Next problems by filling in the tables on Creating What's Next worksheet. Then you're going to trade with a partner and solve each other's problems. But you will have to come back to this Think Deeply question because you need to make sure you're able to explain to a friend who was not in school today the best way to solve these problems. Okay? So these are going to be what you're going to be creating. Okay? If you look on page 27, you are going to be coming up with 5 different numbers that go along with terms, and you're going to trade with a friend so that they can try to figure out what the pattern is. Okay? All right, I know you can do this. Have fun, and we'll talk more in the next lesson.